So I'll just break the awkward silence. Thanks for being here, guys. Weren't they amazing, the singers and the pianists? I feel like we need to warm up our clapping, so let's try that again. Weren't they amazing? That's the way today needs to go. Deal? All right. So, anybody have any good jokes? Thank you. So do you want to get started now? We're just waiting for Mr. G. Yeah, I'm going to let you go ahead now. Is that okay? Sure. Yeah, we're going to do things a little out of order today because this is Gabe Ehrman. You might have seen him on the news because he's a death penalty attorney, so he gets all those good cases, you know what I'm talking about. And he has a jury deliberating at this moment, and the judge wants him back in the courtroom 10 minutes ago. Hi. And so he's going to go ahead and speak out of order, okay? He's going to speak first, and then we're going to go with our program because he needs to speak and run. Deal? Cool. Thank you, Gabe.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I've been in trial for 2 weeks now, and the jury's been out for 4 hours yesterday, and they're back this morning. So I need to get back to figure out if my client's going to get multiple life sentences or go home. So thank you for taking me out of order. I guess let me be the first to say congratulations. I heard it was a very difficult bar exam that you guys took this year, and so congratulations on the accomplishment. It's quite the accomplishment, so you should all be very proud of yourselves, and everybody on this side should be very proud that they passed, and they're about to get sworn in as Nova Middle School lawyers. Being a lawyer is a noble profession. You also, literally, you get paid to argue. They get paid to argue. So good luck to you guys this weekend. But here's how it works. You make your argument to the court. And the court, or I guess in this case, your parents, grandparents, or guardians, will make a ruling on what your argument is. Now, sometimes they may rule against you, just like the judge. It may be an adverse ruling, but you have to abide by that ruling. Now, you could try and gather some more evidence, and you could ask for a reconsideration of that adverse ruling, but you may not get that reconsideration. You may be stuck with it. So your final last attempt to try and convince the people on this side otherwise is to do an appeal. And that means you have to write out your arguments on why you are correct and hope that the court or your parents or guardians or family agree with you. And if they don't, you're stuck with that ruling. Now, what happens if you don't abide by that ruling? You can be held in contempt of court. For you, what that probably means is you're being grounded for the weekend. So welcome to the profession of being a lawyer, but govern yourselves accordingly. Again, I'm sorry I have to be short. I really do have to get back. Just so you know, I've been a prosecutor, and I've been a public defender now, an assistant public defender, working under my boss, Mr. Gordon Weeks, who's the elected public defender here in Broward County. And I've been doing this for about 18 years inside of a courtroom. So what you guys, the parents, don't know is when Ms. Murphy brings the kids to a courthouse tour, I'm usually the one that brings them around, introduces them to all the judges. We have some judges here. I take them into the courtrooms. We watch trials, and they really do get a firsthand experience of the courtroom. And I'm privileged and I'm honored to be here and to show them around the courthouse every year. So congratulations, but I do need to run.
Well, we have to do everything out of order, as she explained, so flexibility is the mother of everything, right? So, welcome, and good morning. And if for those of you who don't know who I am Mr. G. I'm the one that calls you every evening pretty much and says, please don't hang up. Exactly, don't hang up ever when I'm calling. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending the time with us. I know that you guys are busy, and thank you for the support that you provide our kids. Because without your support, they couldn't be successful. So I want to thank all our dignitaries, okay? I have them on this side. I have Ms. Brenda Pham, our school board member. I have Mr. Jason Lerner from Morgan & Morgan. Not only that he donates his time to prepare the kids, also he's donated several items for us to make this successful. And if you have a chance, check his socks out. I don't have any. Honorable Judge Ari Porth, who's been here every step of the way. By the way, they have been with us. This is our 6th ceremony, and they have been with us every step of the way, okay? I have Honorable Judge Natasha DiPrimo, Mr. Gordon Weeks, the Broward County Public Defender, and I have Ms. Regina Falk, Chief Assistant State Attorney. Thank you all for being here. My students, I am ecstatic that you guys are here. I am so proud of you, you have no idea. I know the amount of time and effort that you had to put in to pass this mock bar examination. So I'd like everybody to give them a round of applause. How's that? So let me share something with you. I don't know what kind of path you're going to follow, if you're going to continue being an attorney or you decide to do something else. But you have acquired some knowledge that not everybody has at this age and even later on in life. What I want you to think about is this knowledge, use it for good, use it for kindness, okay? Because God knows our society needs all that. So please, please continue pushing hard. Remember that time and effort trumps talent. If you put it all together, it's great, but you put a lot of effort and a lot of work. So I read somewhere a while ago a quote from Jim Rohn, and it says, discipline is the bridge between the goal and the accomplishment. And you have had the discipline, so keep having it. Enjoy this time, and I'm very proud of you, okay? All right? Before I pass the microphone, Miss Murphy, Kristen Murphy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She deserves it, yes. Without Miss Murphy, none of this could happen. Because with all the tireless nights, sleepless weekends, meltdowns, I mean, my goodness. And she's still here pushing away and pushing you guys to do great. So for that, Miss Murphy, thank you very much. They say that behind a great woman, there is a great man, or is it the other way around? I don't know. But behind this great woman, there is a great man who's here every day, helping the students day and night. Mr. Will Murphy. I don't know how you do it, because when she has a meltdown, you gotta pick it up. So I don't know, but anyway. Once again, thank you for being here. Enjoy the ceremony, and I'm gonna give the mic to Ms. Murphy. Okay, so we're gonna go this way and then continue. Ms. Pham.
Okay, thank you. Let me come over here.
Thank you so much for including me today. I'm Brenda Pham. I'm the district representative for District 6, which includes your school. I am also a former assistant state attorney, went through law school, so I can relate exactly to what you're feeling going in and taking that mock bar exam. And I will tell you, I took a mock test when I was young, and I ran out of the room vomiting. And but for the proctor who came into the bathroom, into the ladies' room, and grabbed me by the hair and pulled my head out of the toilet and said, "You're going back in that room." And I did. I went back in and I survived it, and that was one of the best experiences of my life because it made me strong to take the bar. So you have already a competitive edge against everyone else because you've been down that road. You know what it's like to have to shake it off, and you know what it's like to succeed. So consider yourselves very well advantaged. I just wanted to go through a few things. Being an attorney means a lot of things, and it's really a well-rounded experience throughout your life. You're going to use the tools that you learn as an attorney for so many things in your personal life, professional life, and in relationships. And one of the things that I'm just going to go through a list real quick is your college loan. When you look at the documents now, you're going to be able to understand the contractual concepts and understand what you're agreeing to and what the terms really mean. So your first apartment, your first home, when you get a lease for that apartment, you're going to understand the commitment that you're making and the expectations. The commitment that you're going to repay your loan and how much interest is going to be charged throughout the term of that loan. When receiving a speeding ticket that you know you deserve but you don't want, your mind is going to be racing, how do I get out of this? And you're going to use your lawyering skills exactly for that. When you get that diamond ring later on in life, your mind's going to be going saying, what should I include in my prenup? Prenups go both ways now, guys. So I just wanted to say, embrace the ride, live up to the challenge, and keep your eye on the prize. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, first I just want to clear the air because I don't think I've ever had a meltdown in your office. I want to start by saying thank you to everyone that's here because none of this is possible without the folks on the stage, the folks in the audience, the parents, of course. Yes, we're here to honor them, but they can't do what they do, and we can't do this to honor them without everyone on the stage. So thank you. I'm going to take a moment to honor Paula Phillips. Can you stand up? Paula Phillips, along with Jason Leonard, and Mr. Murphy, help coach our mock trial teams. They spend a couple hours a week on Zoom calls with our competition law kids, right? And they're the reason why we've been so successful. So thank you. Thank you. Are your hands getting tired? Right? Okay. So if you don't know me, I'm going to make it really quick. I've been a lawyer since 2005. In 2016, I was directing shows at a children's theater. I wasn't really happy practicing law. You know, everybody's fighting all the time. It's very contentious, right? It wasn't my vibe. But I really liked volunteering at the children's theater. And a parent said to me, hey, there's a law teacher, they need a law teacher at a middle school. And I was like, they don't have law in middle school, right? Well, I was wrong. Not only do we have law in middle school, we have a courtroom in our classroom. So I saw the courtroom and I was like, yeah, I'll do it, right? Best decision I've ever made. Best decision I've ever made. I do work a lot, probably more than I worked as a lawyer. I'll be honest, but I can tell you that at their age, I remember what I liked and what I didn't like, and so I work really hard to give them something that me at 12 would have liked, right? And so that's important to me. So that's why I work that hard. My husband's, not everything has to be perfect. Yes, it does. So I'm very happy to do all those things. This year is the first year that we have 6th and 7th graders that took the bar exam. So I'm really excited because we have really smart 7th graders, and I was wondering how are these 6th graders going to handle it, and boy, did they handle it, right? So I'm really excited that we have 6th and 7th graders that passed this bar today. And in the first 2 rows, we have our top 10 judges. They're in our, yeah, give it up. So the way our program works, they can take law in 6th grade, they can take law in 7th grade. When they get to 8th grade, there's 2 tracks. There's 8th grade law and there's competition law. Both 8th grade classes take an evidence exam. And I had an evidence professor from Nova Southeastern University School of Law, my alma mater. She saw that test. She's sick today, she couldn't be here, but she saw that test. She says, some of my kids wouldn't pass this test. And we had a lot of kids pass that test, and the top 10 are going to be honored today as judges. They will be the judges in your kids' mock trials for the rest of this year. So I'm really proud of that too. We do a lot of things in the law class. I won't bore you with the mundane, but the things I'm most proud of are the escape rooms. A lot of you went to the November 18th mock trial that we did with Nova Southeastern University. I thought I had some of our coaches here. Are any of the law student coaches here from Nova? They were supposed to come. No, okay. Well, this program is really cool. The law students come to the classroom, they help teach kids how to do trials, and then we go and do a mock trial. We brought, how many teams? 18 teams of 6 kids to the courthouse on November 18th. So I'm really proud of that. And what I'd like to do at this time to get the party started is we're gonna play a short little video of what it's like in our law class.
fought the law and the law won. I 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 fought the law and the
The witness is on the witness stand, and the attorney says, "Can you tell me everything that happened?"
Objection to narration.
What would you want to happen?
Objection to the rule.
And the attorney says, "You don't like her, do you?"
Objection to honor leading.
There we go. So that's a little insight into what life is like in our classroom. And I want to say that I left two things out, and I don't know how I did it. But last year, we were national champions in a competition called We the People. I'm pretty happy about that. And my husband was one of the coaches for that. And this year, we have a bill pending in the Florida House of Representatives to create a life skills class and make it mandatory for high schoolers. So pretty proud of that, too. Before I introduce our next speaker, I want to do a little show-off thing. A little show-off what you guys know. Can you handle it? Okay. Where in the Constitution are we granted the right to a trial by jury? Right? Okay. Which amendment gives us the freedom of religion? Okay. What kind of question is it when you suggest the answer in the question? Okay, and when can we ask leading questions? Oh, okay. When you ask a witness to guess, what objection would you make? Correct. I use the words plaintiff and liable. What kind of case? Right. See? They know some stuff. To our number one top scoring judge today, Alexander Glebov. Stand up. Come here. In this microphone, in front of all these people who know the answer, please give the legal definition of hearsay.
An out-of-court statement made by someone other than the declarant offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
Did he get it right? Nice. Right. So I'm very proud of these guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. The last answer they had was civil, and our next guest is a civil attorney. Jason Leonard is married to one of my high school friends, and she was nice enough to connect us 6 years ago. Jason, every year, provides the money that we have to get you guys food after the event. More than that, Jason is a really kind, fun human being. He spends countless hours with us every week on Zoom calls to help prepare for trial. He wears these crazy socks. He drives here from Fort Myers to be here, right? Can we give that up? And his daughter's in law school now, right? Yep. And without further ado, Jason, please embark your knowledge.
Morning. Want to apologize first and foremost. That was a 2.5-hour drive, and I figured, hey, I got 2.5 hours to figure out what I'm going to say up here. That 2.5-hour drive became a 2.5-hour conference drive with phone calls constantly coming. So forgive me for what I'm about to say. Every year, everybody thanks me all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have to be honest. I get more out of this than they do. Okay, watching these young ladies and young men hunger for the knowledge, apply it, is truly inspiring. It's for an old guy like me, it's rejuvenating. Okay, so I wanted to say thank you to all of you. I'm sorry I didn't get to spend as much time this year as I would have liked to have, but you know, it's always fun, and I apologize for any of the tough love I may have given along the way, because I do. With Morgan & Morgan, I'm a senior trial partner, so I try cases, and all these lawyers up here try cases. And lawyers are a small segment of society. Actual trial lawyers are an even smaller segment of that segment. And everybody up here lives in the courtroom, okay? That's important. When I first started law, I had a friend. He was a Korean immigrant and went through law school with a Korean to English dictionary next to his law books, okay? Busted his butt, got through it. And he said to me, Jason, that license is a license to make money. And I was like, young lawyer going, oh, that's awesome. You know what it is? It's a commandment to do good. Because too much great responsibility, much is given, much is expected, right? And so what I want to do is congratulate all of you to start this journey. I have a daughter. She is a second-year law student in Arizona. She got a scholarship out there, and she went out to Arizona. She's going to be a lawyer. She doesn't want to be a trial lawyer like her dad, but she's going to be a lawyer. Growing up, both my daughters, every day they'd get home, and I would ask them, did you make the world a better place? I didn't ask them how they were doing. I asked them, did you make the world a better place by being in it today? That can be one act of kindness. That can be one help of somebody else. Okay? Do I care about my daughters? Yes. Do I care what kind of day they had? Yes. But I learned that if you make the world a better place, you are a net positive that day for being in the world, you're going to have a good day. You're going to have a good day. Okay? The law gives you the power to change lives. And every person on this stage changes lives every day. That's cooler than a pimp ride or a fancy watch or any of that other stuff you see online. But here's the secret to the sauce. And Mr. G talked about it. Hustle beats talent every day. My dad said, if you want something done, give it to a busy man. Gender not specific. He was old. But that's the point. I try 15 to 16 jury trials a year. I run a pod. I also travel around the country training young lawyers how to try cases. What I see here is impressive, and I have the background to say that. So I want you all to give yourself a round of applause. Okay. But as hard as you've worked, as much time as you've put in, and I'm not going to take away a second of that dedication, but y'all better look over here and give these folks a round of applause. And now, I know some of y'all may not have someone here today. They're probably working. So when you get home, a round of applause, a thank you, and a hug. Fair? No. Fair? Okay, how about we do this? A thank you and a hug to all of your people today. Fair? Okay. Now, I'm excited this time of year. I'm going to come watch y'all after this because I want to see where you're going. But I truly want to thank each and every one of you for allowing me this opportunity to participate in their lives, because I can't tell you how much it means. And I know by their dedication, and commitment at this age, that this is a team effort. And whether you become lawyers or not, you're going to become better people. And whether you change the world or not, you can change yours. And for that, I'm super proud of all of you, and I thank you.
One of the reasons I love having Jason help coach, and Paula and Will and they're real. They're real. One thing I never want to do is, like, I don't know how to say this nicer, but dumb anything down. You understand? So we try to keep it real, and I thank you guys for what you do to help us do that. and you're also pretty funny. So I felt like our funny video would be perfect right after you spoke. So can we roll our funny video? Thank you.
What was Ms. Murphy saying about everything being perfect?
Can you describe what the person looked like who attacked you?
No, he had on a mask.
What did he have on under his mask?
His face.
The youngest son, the 20-year-old. How old is he?
He's 20. Much like your IQ.
So what happened then? He told me, he says, I have to kill you because you can identify me. And did he kill you?
Could you see him from where he was standing? I could see his head.
And where was his head?
On top of his shoulders?
Doctor, before you performed the autopsy, did you check for pulse?
No.
Did you check for blood pressure?
No.
Did you check for breathing?
No.
Then isn't it possible that the patient could have still been alive when the autopsy was performed?
No.
How can you be so sure?
Because his brain was sitting on my desk in a jar.
Couldn't he still have been alive nevertheless?
Yes, he's out there somewhere practicing law.
Are you married?
No, I'm divorced.
And did your husband do anything before you divorced
A
him?
lot of things you don't want to know about. What year were you in at the moment of the impact? Gucci sweats and Reeboks. How was your first marriage terminated? By death. And by whose death was it terminated? Take a guess.
How far apart were the vehicles at the time of the collision?
All your responses must be oral, okay? Where did you go after school?
Oral.
No, doctor. Isn't it true that when a man dies in their sleep, they actually don't realize it until the next morning?
Did you actually pass the bar exam?
The dog up by the ears.
No.
What was he doing with the dog's ears?
Picking them up in the air,
Where was the dog at this time?
attached to the ears?
No, sir. I hear you are an intelligent and honest man.
Thank you. If I were not on your own, I would tell you.
What was the first thing your husband said to you this morning?
Guess I'm not perfect.
And why did that make you upset?
My name is Susan. I promise I won't say anything without my own business.
All right, go ahead and hit stop on that. This is what happens when you do it at midnight, right? All right, that's never happened, I swear. All right, so our next speaker found out about this 10 o'clock last night, right? Harold Pryor is our state attorney, and he always supports the program. In fact, he's the state attorney. Gordon Weeks is the public defender. I feel like there should be a square, I just feel like we need that photo. But Harold couldn't make it last minute, so he sent his second in charge, the chief assistant state attorney at the state attorney's office, Miss Regina Falk.
Good morning, and a hearty good morning to all of our future American leaders. Congrats. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be before you here today. Harold usually does not, and I should say the state attorney, does not usually send me before an audience like this. I usually get to go speak to teenagers who are at risk, they are in the criminal justice system, or they have become a part. So thank you, and glad to be here for this refreshing change. I would like to say to you all, I'm going to be a bit gender biased this morning. I want to wish you all a happy International Women's Day. And I say that to you because that is a day to celebrate and put aside any divisions, any economics, any social thoughts you may have, any political thoughts you may have. We are all sisters in a sisterhood. We should support each other, and I know there are many brothers out in the audience who think the same. I want to tell you this morning that you have the world in front of you right now, and you are in a place to do wonderful things in the United States, and everyone knows we need you at this point. I'm going to ask you to work together, to support each other, and to let whatever you do in the world, whether you want to be a lawyer, a vet, a politician, anything that you want to do, make sure it is your passion. It is something that you truly want to do. And parents, I ask you to support your children. I have so many friends and relatives who have said, you know what, my child's going to be a doctor. My child's going to be a lawyer. And they push that child to the brink without listening to what their child wants to do. Support your child in whatever they want to do, and give them the tools to do what they need. And I tell you, young men and women and future leaders, though, no matter what you want to do, have a passion about it. Don't become a lawyer because you want money. I know a lot of miserable lawyers that are wealthy because they simply do not want to do the job they're doing. Find what you love to do, find your passion, you will excel, and you will make yourself proud, your parents proud, and I know you will do great things for the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Before I introduce the next speaker, I want to say I'm going to put all these videos online for you guys, and I'll fix that last one for you, okay? Because it's pretty funny. I'm still thinking about it. I'm a perfectionist.
Can you come and help her out, please?
Am I having a meltdown? Internally, right? Okay, so we have the state attorney's office. So, of course, we have to have her opponent, right? The Broward County Public Defender for Mr. Gordon Weeks. I need to brag about you for a minute. For over 20 years, Mr. Weeks has dedicated his life to public service and to the pursuit of justice. He was the first assistant public defender to specialize in the representation of children charged as adults. He's reformed the lives of children and families who found themselves embroiled in the juvenile justice system. In addition to, yeah, give it up. I could go on, but here's what I want to say before I let you talk. I appreciate that year after, I know you're a busy man, and year after year you make time for this event, right? Just like everyone on this stage. And year after year you promise my kids something, which I'm not going to steal your thunder because I'm going to let you say it. But now we're reaching the point where my kids are moving on to high school and beyond, and you're making good on what you're going to say to them, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for that warm, very, very warm welcome, Ms. Murphy. But more importantly, thank you to the young people that have endeavored to do something that you may not thought you were able to do. And sometimes when you live a life, you're going to have obstacles. You're going to have challenges. Things are going to come to you and they're going to present themselves and you're going to not be too sure how to get through it. Just remember this day. Remember this time in middle school where you were presented with a very, very difficult task. Remember what you did. You leaned on your friends. You took the guidance of your teachers and your support folks around you. You studied. You made a table. You made a time to sit with yourself. You leaned on your parents. You found your way. If you remember those simple things, you will always be a success at anything you endeavor to do moving forward. So with that, I thank you for taking the challenge, and more importantly, it's important that you get celebrated for actually meeting that challenge and overcoming it. So thank you, thank you. Let's give a warm, very, very warm applause to these young people. But for Ms. Murphy, every year, you know, you had the vision. And sometimes when you have vision, folks around you don't see it. You know, vision is a thing when you're going out on a ledge and doing something different. And when you had that vision to challenge these young folks to do an actual bar exam, the most difficult test known to man, and I'm going to tell you, it is the most difficult test, and have young people, middle schoolers, meet that challenge, you have to be commended for your vision, for your foresight, and for what you are pouring into these young people. My office has a challenge coin that embodies the beginning of the Public Defender's Office, and I want to present this to you, Ms. Murphy, for always being a defender and a supporter of liberty. Now to the parents and to all of the support that you've given your children. Know this, that you have given them the opportunity to fall in love with something. And if they fall in love with the law, they will never work another day in their life because they will always do what they love. So allow them, encourage them, support them, and sometimes be those bumpers to bump them right back into getting it right, because they're going to make mistakes. But with you, they're going to have these successes that they're having in middle school, they're going to have them in high school, they're going to have them in college, they're going to have them all throughout their lives. So for you parents, thank you for what you do, for keeping Broward County strong by pouring into your children. Thank you, thank you. But remember this profession is a noble profession. You know, and I know that your professors, the colleagues that have mentored you, have imparted with you that important understanding that you can change the arc of someone's lives because you lead with your heart. Always remember all of the knowledge you accumulate, all the skill and understanding. As you hone your practice, if you lead with the heart, not only would you become a better person, but those that you help will be also better, and we will all be better together. So with that, I thank all of you for this incredibly important program. I congratulate the principal that runs this incredible school, our school board members, our union reps, all of our educators, our parents for helping these children. Just give them the opportunity to grow, give them the opportunity to become better, and because we will all be better when we pour into our young people. So thank you so kindly for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. I love your point.
Yes.
Knows how those work. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Weeks. So he wasn't lying about the bar exam? Oh, yeah, you forgot to mention, what?
Can I say something? You know what? I got so caught up in myself, I forgot the most important part. We have the second largest public defender's office in the state of Florida. We have over 200 folks that work in that office. We have over 100 attorneys. And we're always looking for good, solid, committed folks to take on the challenge of becoming public servants and public defenders. One day, you will graduate from college, you will consider going to law school, and you will then graduate from law school. If and when you graduate from law school, if you come to my office and you tell me that you were in this program with Ms. Murphy, I will assure that each and every one of you will have a job, and I will hire you right there on the spot. So you'll all have a job.
Thank you. I mean, it's running out of battery. We need to get another one. That's what I was talking about. And he does an internship every summer, and one of the students I had 6th, 7th, and 8th grade over the summer, Chloe Haygood, who's here, interned there over the summer. So there are a lot of opportunities. So he mentioned when he was up here the bar exam, which is why we're here, right? The bar exam, you said, is the hardest test you ever took. Raise your hand on the stage if you think that was the hardest test you ever took. Well, you just said you were throwing up, so we know. For sure, you could be the top of your class in law school, great, congratulations, but you still have to take that test. And we get out of law school. I know for me, I celebrated really hard that Friday night. I recovered that Saturday, and by Sunday I was studying 12 hours a day easily for the next 2 months. And every day, even though I never studied that hard, I felt like I wasn't ready. There weren't enough hours in the day. I would wake up at 7, I would study. I would go play the sport I played for 2 hours. I'd come back home and I'd study till midnight again. That was my life, and I still felt unprepared, right? That's kind of how it is, right? So it's the hardest, 2 full days, you're sitting in this big room, there's a big countdown clock, which doesn't help with the anxiety, right? And then you take the test, and okay, I was lucky enough to pass first time, good, because I didn't want to do it again, so I was really happy that I passed the first time. And I wanted to give that experience to them, not to stress your kids out, but it's a real world experience, right? So we had a 2 class period test where they had 180 minutes to take the test. It was about 150 questions. Some of them were really easy. Vocab, do you know your vocab? But a lot of them were what we call application questions, where I type out these long hypothetical situations where I was making some of our teachers criminals, and they had to apply their knowledge to the test. And to be here today, a 60 isn't good enough. They had to have a 75 or higher. So can we give it up for them for getting a 75 or higher? Before I tell you the bar statistics, I love statistics. Does that make me weird? I hated math, but I loved statistics, so I don't know. Before I give you their statistics and how everyone did on the exam, I'm gonna play a little video. By the way, I figured out the video. Because Gabe went first, it threw everything off. That was it. We're gonna play a little video on the bar exam. You have that one pulled up? There we go. It is day 1 of the bar exam. How are you feeling?
Good. Scared but prepared. Nice. Scared but prepared.
There we go.
Very scared. Good. Extremely scared. I feel like how I feel like every day.
Dizzy?
No.
Feeling?
Good.
How are we feeling?
A little nervous.
Okay.
Yay!
Scary Larry kind of mood.
I feel fine. I'm
Very confident. I'm nervous. Very nervous.
terrified.
Good.
I feel ready, but I'm still terrified.
I'm scared.
What? Terrified and stressed.
I'm gonna cry if I don't get this grade.
The anxiety's gonna start acting up. I don't know about that though. I feel great. I'm gonna pass.
I'm scared.
I'm 95. No. I'm scared, but I feel ready. Very nervous.
I'm feeling something.
Awesome. Nervous.
Confident.
Ooh, I like that.
Like I'm gonna throw up.
Ooh, I don't like that.
I'm gassy.
There we go.
Hungry.
Oh. Me too. Hungry for an A or for food?
Both.
I'm so scared. I feel like I'm about to go on a 14-hour plane ride, but I'm scared of heights. 3, 2, 1, we're gonna get a high score!
Our God is up in heaven. We pray that today you hold our hands and guide us in answering these questions today, God. Oh, we have to have positive energy because we're all gonna pass. We're all gonna get 100.
We're all gonna do great.
Yeah!
Who's passing the bar?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
right, you just finished day 1 of the bar exam. How do you feel now?
Sad.
Easy?
A couple hard questions. It was easy, but the further I got into it, it got a little bit more hard.
I feel amazing.
In all honesty, if I studied more, I probably would have done better. So it was kind of hard.
Worried.
Confident.
I actually kind of enjoyed it. If you don't study, you'll fail. Good.
Good. Confident.
Yes. Good.
I feel good.
I'm proud of myself.
You should be.
Yay!
All right.
Day 1 was easier.
Day 2.
Day 1 was easy, but then day 2, the scenarios was hard.
Day 1.
Day 1. It was day 2. Day 2.
Day 2.
Day 2.
Day 1.
Day 1.
Day 1.
Day 1. Day 1.
Definitely day 2.
Day
Day
2.
1.
I got a higher score on day 2, but I feel like day 1, day 2 was harder though.
Day 2.
The first day was easy, but I don't think the second day was that hard. It was just longer questions.
It was harder. Way harder.
So much easier.
Mixed results, right? Okay, so this year, here's the stats. You ready? You guys haven't even heard this yet. 135 students took the bar exam. 101 passed with a 75% or higher. That's a 75% pass rate, which I gotta tell you, the Florida bar's pass rate this year, I think on average was a 61. So we need another round of applause, right? We wanna make it passable, but not too easy. We wanna challenge the kids, right? Success is meaningless if you don't have the opportunity to fail, as my husband likes to say, right? I think the kids who failed, and there are a couple who failed the first time, who are actually sitting here today, because I let them retake it as many times as they want. They could take it 50 times, I don't care. Take it till you pass it, right? A couple kids, one in particular, I'm not gonna call them out, might have taken it 20 times. Sitting here today, to me, that's the real winner, right? Because the kid didn't quit, did not give up. Yeah. You know who I'm talking to. I give extra credit on the exam, which means kids can earn higher than a 100%. 28 students earned higher than a 100%. With our evidence exam for our 10 judges here, I already told you that test was hard. That test is hard, very hard. I would challenge lawyers practicing today to take it. It's a very hard exam. Law school is, you take a class, you take one exam at the end, and you pray to God that you pass, because that's your only grade, right? We had 2 A's out of the 65 kids that took it. 2. That's how hard that test is, right? Today we're gonna honor, we're getting to the reason you guys are here, right? We're gonna honor the kids who got the highest grade on the bar exam in their class, and we're gonna honor the highest overall bar grade recipient and the highest overall evidence grade recipient. And we're gonna do that now. So, if I can please have to the stage Alexander Glebov, who received the highest evidence grade with a 92%. You're gonna take that and you're gonna stand right here. This is Samara. She was one of my law students for a couple years now in high school, helping give out the awards. Stand right here. If I could have to the stand the top bar exam grade, Paul Maliver. 113%. So Paul's in my 4th period class. Since he got the highest overall grade, he obviously got the highest grade in 4th period. So I'm gonna now call the highest grades in the other class periods. Can I please have, from my 1st period class, Mariana Hernandez to the stage. And from my 2nd period class, Miss Violet Adelstein. She got the 2nd highest overall grade at 112.5%. 6th grade. From my 3rd period class, Gabby Lopez. And from my 7th period class, Muriel Ocampo Hartman. So by earning the top grades in their class, they get to give a little speech. All right? So they've each prepared their speeches, and they're going to give them at this time. Let's start with 1st period. Yours is on your seat. You don't have one. You're supposed to. You want to talk? She doesn't want to talk. No? Okay. 2nd period. You're at your seat. Okay. Go get it. Do you have yours? Muriel's ready. Let's go. Here, I'll take that. There you go.
Hi, I'm Muriel Ocampo Hartman. First off, I want to welcome the adults in the audience and thank our families for supporting us when we had to study for law or do assignments after school. I'm very proud of my entire class for having worked so hard. When someone asks me what I want to be when I grow up, I say lawyer. However, it hasn't always been that way, and it's likely to change. Maybe in a few years I'll want to be a pilot or a chemical engineer. I bet a lot of you students here feel the same way. That's okay, because law class is all about teaching the students how to think on our feet, be problem solvers, to apply critical thinking, and speak confidently. Those skills will help a lot in any career. Law class also teaches us about perseverance, just like when us law students had to study hard for the bar exam. As we go through life, staying determined and not giving up is extremely important, as all the adults in the audience know. Now, I would like to thank Ms. Murphy for always making this class fun for us and helping us improve individually and as a group. This class wouldn't be the same without her. All in all, I think on the last day of school, every single one of Mrs. Murphy's students will come out of the school year as better mock trial lawyers and more tenacious and confident people. Thank you.
Congratulations. Are you ready? Yes, you can do it. I think. This is Miss Gabby Lopez from period 3.
Okay, so my name is Gabby Lopez. As Ms. Murphy just said, I'm from her period 3 class, and oh shoot, pick that up. Studying for the bar was kind of hard because, believe it or not, at the beginning of the year, I actually lost my bar Bible. So not a great start, if I do say so myself. So I kind of had to rely on a lot of other things that's not the bar Bible because I don't have it anymore. And that was hard. I had to search up a lot of things. And I actually may or may not have snuck my computer in some nights to get studying in. So, sorry. And I would also, wait, okay. I would like to thank, first of all, my parents, Miss Erie and my dad, and for pushing me to where I got, why I'm up here today. And I'd also like to thank my friends, my amazing friends, for helping me. And then I'd obviously like to thank Miss Murphy. She's an amazing teacher. And yeah, I'd like to thank all those people for helping me get up here today. Thank you.
You did great. A bar Bible is what I call their study guide, in case you were confused, right? All right. Ms. Violet Adelstein, second highest overall grade.
As a kid, you are often asked what you want to be when you grow up. And for me, the answer was always a lawyer. And as I grew older, changed to a criminal lawyer, even though I didn't always know what it entails. Ms. Murphy's class has really taught me a lot about law and reinforced and strengthened the passion about law, my passion about law and everything I have for it. When I applied for law as my first 6th grade elective, and some other 6th graders may agree, I knew it would be great, but it really proved to be more than that. It's something I can look forward to and something I and many others love. We were taught persistence and the importance of attention to detail. I was provided with amazing opportunities and was able to use the art of arguing, which I would say I'm pretty much an expert at after years of training. She taught many other valuable skills that will greatly benefit me in my pursuit of a career in law. Though my journey to becoming a lawyer has only just begun, Ms. Murphy's teachings will stay with me and guide me for years to come. Thank you.
Got it? All right, you ready? Ms. Mariana Hernandez.
Hi, my name is Mariana Hernandez, and for first period, I passed the highest in the bar. I want to thank Ms. Murphy for being such a wonderful teacher, because she was really good at teaching what we had to learn. And a good friend of mine named Julia Finkelstein, because before the bar, we would spend at least 2 hours at night studying. And I'm really proud that I passed. And a big thanks to Ms. Murphy, my friends, and my parents. Thank you.
Mr. Paul Maliver, overall highest grade on the exam, also getting sworn in as a judge. Double duty today.
Thank you. A lot of us here are joined by one reason: law and the court system. And this really means a lot to me, because I never really knew what I wanted to do with my life until last year, 6th grade, when I got law. And from when I got that class, I had realized I had talents that I didn't even know I had. Public speaking and my ability to learn things really, really fast. 6th grade law was good and all, but when I got invited to a competition law class where we compete against other schools in terms of law and history, that's when it really settled for me what I wanted to do with my life. And now I know what I want to do because of Ms. Murphy, Jason, Paula, Mr. Murphy, and everyone that has helped me become a better lawyer and a better school lawyer and a better school lawyer, and taught me and has helped me on my journey here today. And I thank everybody that's helped me. Thank you.
And Mr. Alexander Glebov, I've had this guy for 3 years, both of his sisters, really smart kid. He knows it too. And he got the highest grade on the evidence exam. He's our top judge this year. So, Alex, here you go. You want me to hold that?
Yes, please. Thank you. Law isn't law without Miss Murphy. So I want to thank Miss Murphy for having us all here and thank her for all the work and effort she's put into this program. Over my 3 years in this class, I've learned numerous things. I've learned how to socialize, how to organize, and most of all, what hard work and dedication truly is. In order to succeed in life, you have to work hard and be dedicated, and law teaches you just that. Good job to all of you attorneys, and I hope you continue to take this class in your future. This class is not only beneficial, but loads of fun. And Ms. Murphy also gives us a lot of food. Thank you, and once again, have a good time, and I thank all the parents for coming out. Thank you.
Get focused on the food. All right, all right. Oh, I didn't give you a hug. He gets one. Okay, so go ahead and stay up here, but move all the way down. At this time, I want, you ready for those bad boys? All right. We're going to call up, I have a special club this year. I didn't tell the students about it. Surprise. I'm calling it the 100 Plus Club. So all the 28 kids who got a 100% or higher on the bar exam are going to come up here and get a really nice medal. Are you ready? Okay. When I call your name, please come on up. Hesnan Adnan. Jonathan Artiste. Jordan Barrett. Kayla Clinton. Mark Collins. Go all the way down. Caroline Corris. Naissa Dennis. Derek Francis. Rafael Gambaro. Aaliyah Garcia. Olivia Green. Abel Canadan. Faith McQuaid.
Nice job.
Caitlin Murray. Nissan Nidhish. Ethan Fung. Victoria Romero. Jade Sanin. Deja Sadahu. Gabriella Solar. Malachi St. Michael Ireland. Zanaya Tatum. And Emma Trujillo. And we need to give the ones who already got the 6 that are down there. Thank you. All of these students earned a 100% or higher on the bar exam. Did we give them their little cards too? Yeah, okay. So we have a lot of sponsors today. Morgan Weinstein, who couldn't make it today, is an appeals attorney, and he bought all of the awards, and Sky Zone donated jump cards to all the students that win awards, right? So they're all getting a jump card. Did you guys get yours down there? Yeah? Did you get the new medal, the 100 plus? The ones who, the top in the class. You should have 2. No? Okay. Yep, down there. There should be 6, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Nice. Okay. Congratulations, guys. You can go on back to your seats. You still hungry? A little bit. Okay. All right. I sure hope you save some battery in those phones, because I know this is the time of the program where you all turn into the paparazzi, right? Okay, our next 2 speakers will be handling the swearing in for the kids today. We are lucky to have both of them, the Honorable Ari Porth, the Honorable Natasha DePrimo. Natasha DePrimo went to UF Law School. I got that right? She was appointed to the bench by Governor Rick Scott, the first Asian American female judge in Broward County. She sits on the bench in the family division. No, you moved? Where'd you go? Probate. Oh, okay. I used to do probate law, right? I told the kids you are not the father judge. Right? Yeah. She's in probate now. I'm making mistakes all day. It's okay. It's okay. She's been supporting the program for years. I mean, you know how you meet good people sometimes, and there are people that everybody loves, right? Well, Natasha DePrimo and Ari Porth are those two people. They are genuinely good people, as everyone on this stage is. To be here supporting this program, to be in a middle school, right? Giving up their time and their day, right? Judge Porth was a legislative aide to U.S. Senator Bob Graham. He was an assistant state attorney. He was a state representative. I like to tell the kids you went from the legislative branch to the judicial branch, right? They're learning what that means. And you're still in the criminal division. Okay, nothing's changed there, right? We're honored to have both of them here today. So I'm going to hand the mic to both of them, and they're going to get this party started. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Ladies first. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. All right. So, as Ms. Murphy said, my name is Natasha DePrimo, and I am a circuit court judge here in the 17th Judicial Circuit in Broward County, and I currently sit in the probate division, and I hear probate cases and guardianship. I want to thank Ms. Murphy for inviting me here today, and it is such an honor to be here and to share the stage with so many important people in our community. Ms. Murphy, I really wanted to just take a moment and thank you for all your tireless work that you do with these kids, and you make the world a better place every day. I also wanted to congratulate the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, extended family that are here today to celebrate these wonderful kids. As a mom of 2 high schoolers and a middle schooler myself, I know it is not easy. So for you to be here and celebrate them and honor them, it is wonderful. So congratulations to you as well. And of course, I want to congratulate the students. What an amazing accomplishment. This program is not easy, but you did it. And I hope that you all are as proud of yourselves as I am of you. As you grow up, you will have a lot of challenging moments, and you will have people that will tell you that you can't do something. And boy, oh boy, is it easy to hear it and to accept it. But you will also have a lot of people that will encourage you. They'll encourage you to follow your dreams, follow your heart, because anything that you set your mind to, I know, is harder to believe sometimes and harder to accept. When I was growing up, my mom was raising me on her own, and she did the best that she could, and luckily I had the support of my wonderful grandparents as well, because, as everybody knows the saying, it takes a village, right, to raise these kids. But I can tell you that things were not so easy for me as a kid. But I can remember being a little girl and talking to my grandpa about what I wanted to be when I grew up, which is kind of funny because all the speeches that we heard today, you all talked about what you wanted to be when you grow up. And I remember my grandpa, he always had this knack for saying things the right way and for sharing the best stories, which grandparents for some reason always do, right? And we were watching a news story on the TV, and it was some court case that was going on, and there was a man on the TV being interviewed about the case, and I asked my grandpa, what does that guy do? And he said, he gives a voice to people who don't have a voice. And I said, well, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And he said, well, then, Natasha, it sounds like you might want to be a lawyer. And I said to my grandpa, I'm saying this for all the students that sometimes it's harder to speak up here, I'm too shy to have a big voice. And he said, that's not true. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And from that moment on, I wanted to be a lawyer, not unlike some of the kids that were saying it here today. I share that story with you because, for those of you who don't know me personally, Judge Porth does, I can say that I am still a huge introvert, which is why I'm standing behind this podium. I don't particularly like public speaking, and don't get me wrong, the irony of that is not lost on me, that I'm standing here publicly speaking in front of you, only for Ms. Murphy. There she is. Okay. But I did believe in what my grandpa had told me. And if I wanted to do something, I just had to set my mind to it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not easy. And throughout my journey in life, I have had many people, tell me that I can't achieve something. And sometimes I believed them, but most of the time I stayed focused. And I worked hard, and it took a lot of fortitude. But what I can tell you is that I am living proof that it's possible. So if you remember nothing from my speech today, I hope that you will remember this. Work hard. Don't listen to all the noise, because there's a lot right now. And be whatever you set your mind to. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with this anecdote that Ms. Murphy always says that she loves when I share it, so I share it for her. I know it's coming. All right, it's known as the story of the starfish, so if you heard it, don't spoil it. A big storm had come through the area, and there were hundreds of starfish stranded on the shoreline of the beach. And a little boy and a little girl were standing by the shoreline, throwing the starfish back in the water. And an old man approached them and asked them, "What are you doing?" And the children explained, well, they were trying to save the starfish. If they didn't get back into the water, they would all die. And the old man said, well, you'll never pick them all up. How will the few that you save make a difference? And the little girl bent down, picked up the starfish, threw it back in the water, and she looked at him and said, well, I made a difference to that one. So congratulations again to all of you, and good luck in your future.
It's a special honor to be able to perform the oath this morning with my very dear friend, Judge DePrimo. Please give it up again for her. And my colleague and friend, Gina Falk, mentioned that it's Women's Month, which is very appropriate because I open with a quote from Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor was the first woman to serve on the United States Supreme Court. Like your teacher, Kristen Murphy, Justice O'Connor was passionate about American democracy, civics education, and the judicial system. She empowered young people to learn about the law and government so that one day they could change things for the better. Justice O'Connor said each one of us has a special calling that we must fulfill for the betterment of society. Pursuing your legal studies and having passed the NOVA middle bar exam, you are ready to start on that path of your special calling that Justice O'Connor spoke of. Before our swearing in, I have two quick stories to tell you about. Some of the folks that have participated in this swearing in have heard them before, but they're worth sharing again. Two people that use the law to make society safer and better for the rest of us. Perhaps their stories will inspire you to do the same, using the law to help others. Many years back, there was a young prosecutor who was assigned a case in court where a little boy was pushed down in the schoolyard at recess. And he was kicked repeatedly, and he was kicked in the ear. To make matters worse, he was hearing impaired and learning disabled. While being kicked, the aggressor was yelling, "Can you hear this? Can you hear this?" At the time in Florida, the state's hate crimes laws did not include increased penalties if the aggressor went after a person with a disability. So that young prosecutor went to his then state senator and asked him to file a bill to change the law to protect persons with disabilities. And the very next year, legislation was passed before the Florida House of Representatives and the Florida Senate and signed into law by the governor. That young prosecutor was me, and the process of coming up with a change in the law to better our state encouraged me to ultimately run for public office myself. And then there was Jack Davis. I met Jack when he was just 11 years old, just a couple years younger than most of you. He contacted my then legislative office. He and his family had gone to an Asian buffet, and they were there at the restaurant late, among the last customers of the night. Jack was curious as to what happens with all the leftover food at the end of the night. So he asked the manager, who told him, unfortunately, the food had to be thrown away. That although the restaurants would like to donate it, they worry that if people get sick from the donations, the restaurants might get sued, might be liable for people getting sick. Jack had an idea to hold restaurants harmless or free from liability for the food that they donate. Jack and I got working on his idea. We assembled all of the interested parties, including the plaintiff's attorneys and the Restaurant Association, and introduced a bill that everyone agreed on. And with Jack's efforts, we held restaurants not liable for their good deeds should someone get sick from the donated food. The bill that ultimately passed the legislature was signed into law and called the Jack Davis Florida Restaurant Lending a Helping Hand Act. Jack went on to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. She gave Jack a $10,000 check that he donated to a local homeless shelter. So don't let anyone ever let you know or ever tell you that you are too young to make a difference, because good ideas come from everywhere and everyone can be a change maker. So thank you for this wonderful honor to be with you this morning. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and it's a delight to participate in the oath this morning with you all.
Let us get dressed for a moment. How quickly we change. All right. People always say I'm much shorter in person. When they see the robe, they think I'm tall for some reason. All right. So first and foremost, we're going to invite the judges up to the stage, or our newly welcomed judges to the judiciary. Sophia Arenas. Amina Bernardin. I apologize if I butcher any of your names. Cassiana Kuteri. Joshua Giles. Alexander Glebov. Ethan Gutierrez. Asher Lozen. Well, we know where Asher's family's sitting. Paul Malaver. Alejandro Ruiz. Abdullah Sichuran. Sichuran, sorry.
All right, if our judges would raise their right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and the state of Florida, that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of a judge of the Nova Middle School Circuit, on which I am now about to enter. Congratulations. That's yours.
So Ms. Murphy has presented each of our new judges with a certificate that is signed by multiple parties, but now it'll be signed by them, and I welcome them to the judiciary.
All right, if our new Nova Middle attorneys could please stand. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm I will support the Constitution of the United States and the rules of Nova Middle. I will respect the courts of justice, my school, my teachers, and my fellow students. I will not maintain any proceedings which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will always seek truth and honor, and will never mislead the judge, jury, or teacher by any false statement of fact or law.
I will maintain the confidence of my clients to opposing parties and their counsel. I pledge civility, not only in court, but also in all written and oral communications. I will diligently represent my clients to the best of my ability, which includes meeting deadlines, and will never delay anyone's cause for malice. I will maintain honesty, integrity, fairness, and respect for the rights of others. This I swear. Congratulations. Welcome to the bar.
Thank you. Right? I get a little teary-eyed too. Welcome, new attorneys and judges. I told you before, and I said I might not have the opportunity to say it again, but here's the opportunity. I am so proud of you. Every one of you worked your butts off, and you deserve every praise and applause that you get today. So now, parents, we're going to give them their awards. And the way it's going to work is they're going to come up, they're going to shake everyone's hands, and then they're going to stop here at the end, and Ms. Nia Lozen is going to take a photo. I will happily share all of these photos with you. After the event, if you want to come up on the stage and take a photo, that's fine. Well, that's fine. So at this time, I'm going to introduce Chloe Haygood to the podium. Chloe was one of my law students with Samara Harris all 3 years of middle school, and now they're in high school studying law. They're part of the national champion team from last year. And Chloe is going to read the names as the students come up. Can I get all of my guests to rise? And Samara, can you move the chairs in front of me?
Are you ready?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor to deliver the moment you have all been waiting for. Students, please come up to the stage when your name is called. Sophie Acosta. Violet Adelstein. Hasnan Adnan. Allison Aguilar. Ariane Alexander. Natalia Alfano. Jada Alls. Phoenix Alvarez. Tarek Andre. Jonathan Artiste. Jordan Barrett. Cameron Black. Samuel Black. Elise Blaine. Noah Boyland. Aubrey Brown. Mayor Bryant. Lucille Buchanan. Reagan Chambers. Kayla Clinton. Mark Collins. Camila Cornejo. Caroline Corris. Milan Cotier. Alejandro Cato. Brian Dash. Victoria DeLuca. Layla Delva. Naisa Dennis. Jodlyn DePaul. Aliana Donnelly. Joshua Duque. Jaden Durosine. Muskan Afshita. Yvonne Fenelon. Julia Finkelstein. Ashada Fitzgerald. Abiella Fleitas. Zakayla Ford. Derek Francis. Ruben Francique. Rafael Gambero. Aaliyah Garcia. Riley Garrett. Gary Graham. Gabriela Granados. Yeah. Olivia Green. Zaisha Gray. Mariana Hernandez. Megan Jean Jock. Aaron Jones. Sade Jones. Sasha Jordan, Abel Canadon, Noe Knight, Gabby Lopez, Camila Luna, Paul Malaver, Isabel Maltez Kekon, Briella Marks, Michael McCrae, Faith McQuaid, Nicole Mahoney, Isaiah Milford, Jasmine Milton, Honesty Mitchell, Andrea Mullen, Caitlin Murray, Jalea Newton. Nisin Nadish, Muriel Ocampo Hartman, August Patino, Sydney Peters, Alex Finn, Ethan Fung, Calvin Pierce, Fendinia Pierre, Price Pollock, Janelle Pottinger, Kennedy Powell.
Smile. Big teeth. I want a teeth smile. Here we go. It looks so fake.
We got Sydney Peters. That is.
Oh, wait. No. Sydney.
Bryce Prosper, Briella Prusalis, Tatiana Rios, Imad Rizwan, Victoria Romero, Azaria Saez, Jade Sanin, Deja Satahu, Noah So, Gabriela Soler, Allison Stevens, James Stevens, Malachi St. Michael Ireland, Carly Sylvain, Zanaya Tatum, Anaya Tonkin, Kayla Torres, Mia Torres, Emma Trujillo, Chase Victor, Lei Yon, and Bernaya Young. Congratulations, everyone.
You look great, my dude. Where are those sneakers from? You look great, dude. Congrats. Congrats. You look beautiful.
Someone got the wrong certificate. Who was it?
It's probably
Who's after all?
Peters. It's right here.
Sydney Peters.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Round of applause for all of the people that passed the bar exam. Woo! Before we set you free, that's your child. We have one more video, which we're going to play in the beginning, but, you know, Gabe messed it all up, so it's real short, and it's probably timely. So can we go ahead and play the quotes?
Here is a quote by Maximilien Robespierre. Any law which violates the inalienable rights of man is unjust and tyrannical. It's not a law at all.
The first duty of society is justice. Alexander Hamilton.
Never mistake law for justice. Justice is an ideal, and law is a tool. L.E. Modested.
Quote, there are 1 or 2 jokes for law, but the rest are true stories. End quote. John S. Show.
Everyone says they hate lawyers, but every parent wants their kid to be a lawyer. Jesse Klein.
Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will encourage others to join you. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The minute you read something you can't understand, you can almost be sure that it was drawn by a lawyer, by Will Rogers. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. David Brinkley.
Most people are as happy as they make up their minds to be. Abraham Lincoln.
Being a lawyer is not merely a vocation. It is a public trust, and each of us has an obligation to give back to our community. Janet Reno.
Each of you individuals must pick your own goals. Listen to others, but don't become a blind follower. Thurgood Marshall.
Discourage litigations, persuade your neighbors to compromise whenever you can. As a peacemaker, the lawyer has opportunity of being a good man. Abraham Lincoln.
If there was no bad people, there will be no good lawyers. Charles Dickens.
To listen well is as powerful a means of communication and influence as talking well. Honorable Judge John Marshall.
Justice is not served until those that are unaffected are as outraged as those that are. Benjamin Franklin.
Law is not a science, but rather an art. Kristen Murphy.
If you're determined enough to make a lawyer of yourself, the thing is more than half done already. Abraham Lincoln.
If you're going to be a good and faithful judge, you have to resign yourself to the fact that you're not always going to like the conclusions that you reach. If you like them all the time, then you're probably doing something wrong. Justice Scalia.
Thank you so much for supporting the program and your children, and congratulations to your children. When you leave here today, we have food for you. Thank you, Jason Leonard. And our guests are going to stay for photographs. Now, I do want to say that in an election year, which this is, judges cannot be photographed together. So please take your photographs separately, okay? We have food, drinks, desserts. Your kids were given food, drinks, and desserts tickets, and Mr. G would like to give you one last note, so thank you guys.
So once again, thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you guys for your best behavior. I didn't expect any less than that. Somebody gave me flowers. This is very good. Thank you. I'm so happy. Anyway, just want to tell you this. I know that some of you are going to be taking your children with you after the food, whatever. If you're going to do that, I'd like you to go out this door that is over there and head to the Welcome Center. If the line becomes too long, we're going to divide it, and some people will go to the front office and we'll do the signing out right there. Okay, but if we can, we'll do it in the Welcome Center. Is that okay? Ms. Murphy. Well, we're going to have a meltdown here. Thank you for everything. I didn't get the flowers, somebody else did. How about a round of applause for her? Absolutely. Thank you. It's all about them. But hey, without your support, nothing could happen, so thank you. Okay? All right. You guys, go eat and enjoy the day.
my bus. I see my friends kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up, which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, 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 partying. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Now we're driving on the highway, cruising so fast, I want time to fly. Fun, fun, think about fun. You know what it is. I got this, you got this. My friend is by my right. Hey, I got this, you got this. Now you know it. Kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up. Which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, 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 partying. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Thursday was Thursday, Thursday. Today, yeah, it's Friday, Friday. We so excited. We so excited. We gonna have a ball today. Tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday comes afterwards. I don't want this weekend to end. It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. We gonna get down Friday, Friday. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, 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 partying. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.